Welcome back to my channel, WTF, and no, it's not what, it is why. If you are new here, my name is Megan, and I'm a deconditioning coach who specializes in human design and gene keys. Today, I want to bring awareness, bring upfront to you self-regulation, and how you can use your human design chart just to do that thing. So grab your cup of tea, coffee, whatever it is that you choose to drink, sit back, and let's get into it. So, why do we need self-regulation? Is because stress is one of the leading causes of disease. It is the leading cause of why we feel so freaking horrible sometimes, or a lot of the times, depending who you are. But stress is a leading cause. It makes your stomach throw tantrums, your skin start spilling secrets, and your energy take an unauthorized vacation. Don't ignore those SOS signals. Your body is the ultimate tea spiller. And it's trying to save your freaking life. So tell your body, tell your mind, tell stress to relax. Actually, tell stress to totally leave the room. Your health deserves the spotlight, okay? The reason why I say that your body is going to be the very first thing it tells you is because stress is going to ignite something within your body. It's going to give you the signals of, hey, let's take a chill pill. And it can be done through, of course, exhaustion, or it can be done through just the discomforts, the tensions that you have. It can even be in the mental, emotional stresses. And that is what we're going to get into today. 4 of the leading causes of stress. These are all done through research and also things that I've learned when I was training to be a human design shadow work facilitator. These are the 4 that pretty much come to light and are the leading causes of stress. The first one is overworking. It is the root to sacral, or it lives in the root pretty much. Now, working to get ahead or trying to stay ahead, this mindset, if someone else can't do it, or if someone doesn't do it right, then I got to do it myself. It is that thinking. And the reason why I bring awareness to the root, if you have an undefined root, I bet you feel like you've always got to be doing something. Like there's that pressure of, am I doing enough? I need to go. I need to do this. And with the pandemic that we had a while back ago, we're all terrified and scared because it changed our world drastically that, we need to prepare for the next one kind of thing. So it kind of pushed us into this overworking, and it kind of pushed us. I know a lot of us probably either got let go, we lost our job, or we had to stay home and we weren't getting paid because we were at home thanks to the pandemic. So we're playing that catch up. Then there is the people pleasing, which is the solar plexus. We are using our doing to please people. And it's either for, emotional reasons or survival. That is pretty much why we people please. We're always chasing to please people. Well, we're chasing to be able to do what we want to do, but we always feel like we need to take care of others before we take care of ourselves. And society has us a lot conditioned to be that way. Then there's the holding your emotions in. Once again, solar plexus. Solar plexus is where our emotions live. It is the start of expression. It is going to be where we feel, and then we need to be able to express that feeling in some way, shape, or form. The most popular one is anger. Because society, as a woman, we're supposed to have our shit together all the time. We're supposed to be calm, collective, be the nurturer, be the caregiver, be everything. Hints. Why my business is called I Am Everything. I am everything that I need to be at every moment. So we are expected as women to be everything. Whereas men, if they feel the emotion that isn't anger, because they're allowed to feel angry, they're not allowed to be vulnerable. They're not allowed to be sad or whatever, be in that divine feminine type of energy. So they're pushed to suck it up, be a man, and women are supposed to suck it up, be a woman, take care of what you need to take care of, be the everything kind of like thing. Now, the last one is belief that our serving others depends on life itself. Like, if you don't do this, this person's going to die. And this is pretty much where it lives in the spleen. Spleen is the center where survival and fear exist. It is where they live. It is the center of which also is expression, but more on the fear and survival side. So I get and I understand that maybe our mother-in-law, father-in-law, dad, mom, or someone depends on us to be able to live. But if we cannot take care of ourselves, how can we take care of others? We often forget that for us to do our job, for us to even take care and serve, we need to take care and serve ourselves. It sounds selfish, but guess what? It's not. It's for you to be able to do what you need to do. What kind of stress are there? There's the mental and the emotional and the physical. Okay. Mental is like a little computer. Well, not a little. It's more of like a computer, the World Wide Web. Open in your head, and there's a bunch of tabs. And here's the thing, like, you'll go from one tab to the next, and then that leads you to a different tab to open a totally different tab, and so on and so forth. It is that mentalness of overthinking of, okay, well, this could happen, that could happen, but then there's this, and then, all that. I should have said this, I shouldn't have said that. All the mentalness living in your head. The emotional one is all with the mood swings. It is the mood swings of you feel extremely happy to extremely low, which can be exhausting. And I find that a lot of people feel fatigued when they are in the emotional stress, because it's like you feel this extreme, but you're not able or allowed to even express it the way that you need to express it in a healthy way. Then there's the physical one. The physical one is all has to do, yes, with the physical body, where you don't give your body enough time to rest. So you start feeling tension, you start feeling discomforts, you start feeling like physical stress within the body. For those who have the overwork thing, you will feel that a lot. The physical probably will hit first, and then it'll be either the mental or the emotional. But the physical one will hit first, because you're not giving your body the permission to be able to rest. And this is what sleep is for, because it's like signaling, hey, it's time to rejuvenate. It's time to heal. It's time to do whatever it is that my body needs to do so I can wake up the next day and do whatever it is that I need to do the following that day. Now, stress can form in the they're more found in the two pressure centers. This is where it starts, because the two pressure centers are your head, which is all about the knowing, okay? Things you know. And then you have the root, which is the doing. Things you need to do to be able to survive, to feel, to create, whatever it is. The root is the pressure to do. The head, pressure to know. These are the two centers that we're going to focus on throughout this whole thing. Now, the root, let me clarify some things, is going to be connected either to the spleen, which is this one right here, or your sacral, which is this one right here, or the solar plexus, which is this center right here. So the root to the spleen, the root to the sacral, and then the root to the solar plexus. Now, we're going to start off with the root to the spleen. Now, depending on what channels you have within your design chart, your human design chart, this is going to tell you how you're going to self-regulate yourself, your body, your mind, all this. So, From the root to the spleen, this one, that if you have a channel, and what creates a channel, if you are brand new to this, let me clarify some things. A channel is when you have two gates that connect. So the 5818, those are two active gates and they connect. They create the channel. They create the bridge to the two centers. Now, when you have one of these, you can do these things. These are going to be the things that your go-to to be able to self-regulate. Now, 18 to 58 is the judgment one. You want to go to a workout class, a group physical activity to where, you can do the same thing, but nobody's freaking judging you on how you're doing it. Doing. Remember, I'm talking about the root all with do. Go to a workout class. You can do cycling class. You can do step class, yoga. Any type of group fitness class is going to be your go-to, because then you're not going to get in your head and being like, what if I'm doing it wrong? No, guess what? One's there for themselves. No one's judging. No one's like figuring out like, oh, you're doing it wrong. No. Scratch that. I don't live it, but I go to the gym a lot, and trust me, when I go there, I'm not judging anyone on how they're doing it. I'm actually excited and happy when I see people and they're even just doing it. I'm like, look at them, move their body. Yes, do it. That's me. Now, the channel for struggle is you like to make things a lot harder than they need to be. Trust me. And it's okay, because like that's just how you are. You like to know that, okay, I got to figure out the easiest way to do this. So I'm going to make this freaking hard and then work my way to the easiest. It's just how it goes. Okay, I laugh because I'm aware of it. But for you to self-regulate and not get so stressed out when you are in struggle and people are like frustrated because they're like, why do you gotta make things so hard? Do a kickbox class. Do a boxing workout class. Go to a CrossFit. Do heavy lifting. Anything that's making you physically struggle. Okay, like I said, I go to the gym. I go to the gym specifically just for this. And when I say just for this, I mean just for this. The other day I started back at the gym. I got a membership at a new gym. I was like, cool, yeah. And the guy asked me, hey, what's your fitness goals? And I looked at him and I was like, nah, I don't have one. And he was like, well, why are you here? I was like, for the movement, because I need this to self-regulate myself. I was like, I don't have any fitness goals. I'm happy with who I am. I love where my body is at. I'm just here mainly so that I can struggle. I didn't say that, but I just said I'm just here for the movement. And that's typically why I go to the gym. I don't go there to get fit. I go there to self-regulate. It's in my freaking human design. Y'all will hear me say that a lot, where I'll say it's in my human design or it's in my gene keys. And trust me, when you start to get to know your own charts, you'll start saying the same thing. Can't change it. It's fixed. It's there. Now, the last one for here is the 5432, which is transformation. So you like to see things transform. So house project. It can even be like a cleaning house project, like something that's like completely dirty and you go and clean it up and it looks magical. There's got to be a difference. There's got to be, okay, this is what it looked like before and this is what it looked like after. So doing some kind of project that has a before and after, that's going to be your go-to. The next one is the root to the sacral. So the root to the sacral, here's the thing with this one. You might not have a channel, but you're still going to be able to do these things. You can have just one gate. And for me, I don't have, for myself, this isn't my chart. I believe it's my husband's. I have all three of the top. That's it. I have all three of those. I have no channels or gates here, shall I say, gates here at the bottom. All of mine are right there. So I can do all of these. And here's the thing with the root to the sacral as well, is that they're going to be pulsating. So it's not going to be your go-to thing. You're only going to want to do this when it's like you feel the pulse to do it. You don't have to make yourself do it. Please, for the love of God, don't make yourself do it, because it's going to put you in more stress. Now, 53 is the maturing. So you're wanting to start something new or finish something old. And yes, I know we were just talking about the root to the spleen and the house project, but here, if you have this gate or have one of these, you probably have a bunch of projects lying around the house that you started and haven't finished. But that's okay. I'm just here to tell you that's your self-regulation thing. Don't let anybody change that, because like I said, I have all of these. This is, I get pulsating to go and start something new. I will go and like start a new project. Most of the time I finish it, but I don't finish it all at once. But a lot of the times when I start a project, I know it's not going to be a long one, because I'm also the person who likes to like not have things laying around the house and taking up space. I'm starting something new. Okay, is this something that's going to take a long ass time? If it is, I don't do it. It's got to be like really short, or something that I can do. I think the length of a project that I give myself to do is like a couple weeks to a month. After that, it'll just sit there and I'd be like, why did I even start that? But I haven't done it in a long time. So the next one is the 360 channel, which is mutation. Okay, so you're mutating, changing, whatnot, journey kind of thing. So you're going to journal. This one, you're just going to sit and be with yourself and journal. Maybe even reflect on where you're at now and where you want to go, or where you've been to where you're at now. Whatever it may be. Heck, you can even talk about the tree outside or your animal, whatever, pet, whatever it may be. Journal. I used to do this a lot. 5209 is concentration. So you want that focus here. You want that repetitive action, the one that brings you centered. So you can do knitting, you can do crocheting, you can do the jewel art, something that's going to make you do the same thing over and over. One of my kids has this, or actually a couple of my kids have this, and they do this. They do like repetitive things, and I let them. Sometimes it makes a mess, and I'm okay with that. But once they're done with it, they're like, okay, I feel better. And this is what I love about this human design thing, self-regulation. I can look at their charts. You can look at your kids' charts and be like, oh, this is the best way to self-regulate. And you can try it out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like I said, root to sacral is pulsating. So it's not going to be all the time. The next one is root to solar plexus. The root to the solar plexus is all going to be with emotions, dealing with the emotions. How are you going to express those emotions? Because, like I said earlier, if you're one who holds in the emotions, you are needing those things. You're going to need to be able to cope with those emotions in a healthy way. And these are the healthy ways. If you have a channel, like I said, I think don't quote me on this. The root to the sacral is the only one where you can have one or the other, or a whole channel. Whereas the root to the spleen and the root to the solar plexus having a full channel. Now, 4130 is recognition. You need to be able to acknowledge those emotions, those feelings. So speak about it. I often tell people, hey, soundboard it out. You need to bring it up and like not care what anybody thinks, not care about what you think. Just say it. Just express it. Soundboard is one of my go-to things that I use and also preach to other people. If you are feeling it, if you're thinking it, whatever it may be, soundboard it. And I will be leaving at the end of this video, or YouTube, whatever video, I will be leaving my Voxer, which is a walkie-talkie app that I opened myself up to be your soundboard. So if you need a soundboard or you want to test it out, hi, that will come later. So speak it out. You can chill with friends, listen to music. Another thing that I like to also suggest if soundboarding is not your thing, make a playlist. You know how you feel. You know what feels that you get into. Make a specific playlist. Play it and sing. Like, seriously, sing it. Feel it. Do whatever it is that you need to do to acknowledge it. Then you have the 3955, which is a channel of emoting. So you need it moving. You need it flowing. First, acknowledge, if you have this one, the 4130, that's acknowledging it. The emoting is actually moving it. So how are you going to get it to move? If you have this channel, you need to be able to move the emotions. So dance, cry, write, or play music. Like when I say play music, piano, guitar, whatever it may be, just have some kind of movement, motion going. Crying is a movement. You're moving, the tears are coming out of your face, all that. You go into fetal position sometimes. It is a form of movement. It is, yes, it's acknowledging it, but you're giving yourself permission to move it. Then you have the 1949, which is synthesis. Y'all, I struggle with some words on saying some of them. So if you catch me saying words slowly, it's because I don't want to mess it up. And it always ends up being a freaking S word. Okay, so synthesis. This one is physical touch, massage, cuddles. You want that cradling, that nurturing, that motherly hug or loving hug. You need the touch. You need the physical touch. Now, if you can't get the physical touch, I highly recommend a weighted blanket, because it's going to be that physical touch that you need. It's going to like imitate that. So I was telling a client a while back ago, because she was part of my inner prosperity work, and she was moving through a lot of things, and I was telling her how she can, using her human design, saying, hey, this is how you self-regulate. You really need a massage. And she goes, oh my God, that sounds amazing. She got one, and guess what? Woo, changed her life. So yeah, that physical touch is, and it's almost like that reminder of, no, you're not alone kind of thing. Now, moving on, if you have an undefined open root, guess what? Y'all are lucky. Y'all got the right to be lazy, but I know that it can be a lot. With an undefined root or open root, you all feel like you always have to be doing something, or feel like what you're doing is never enough. So you are overworking. Well, I'm here to tell you that doing nothing is doing something. So do nothing. If you want to do something, guess what? Here's what you can do. You can do yin yoga, do some stretching, soft, gentle stretch, journaling, and even journal to get clear on your goals. Just to sit and be with yourself and be like, okay, this is where I'm at, and I want to be here. And like, just be lazy. Sit down, watch freaking Netflix, okay? Do it. You're allowed. You have permission. And this is where you get to say, if somebody says, hey, why aren't you doing anything? You can be like, I have the right to be lazy because it's in my human design. For real. You can. Now, we're moving on to the headspace. Here, they're not going to have channels. You're going to have gates, okay? The headspace, like I said, the head center is all of the pressure of knowing. So, first, the 64 gate is the gate of confusion. You're going to let confusion resolve itself. almost like you're creating a freaking distraction. So do an art project, watch a movie, practice freaking patience. You can draw, you can read, just do something to distract you from the confusion. Because here's the thing, majority of the time when you're confused, it's probably because you don't need to know. No, for the most part, you don't need to know. Confusion just has to play itself out. When you try to resolve this confusion, you just create more confusion or another confusion. So if you have this gate, please know, go distract yourself. It's not procrastinating. It's just go distract yourself. Then 61, which is the gate of mystery. Enjoy your thoughts. Give yourself permission to think without judgment. Meditate, journal, read, draw. Go and do something that allows you to enjoy your thoughts. And maybe you draw a picture, paint a picture of whatever it is that you're thinking of. You're allowed to have your thoughts. Those with the 61, hi, I have a 61, often feel almost like they're not allowed to have the thoughts that they have in that moment. Because if you are like me, I get a lot of downloads, and a lot of my downloads come in pieces. And so if I just, especially if you have a 61, it's reading the energy of the now. So all your thoughts that you have when you have the 61 is the energy of what's going on now. And so I will get downloads constantly, depending where I'm at, who I'm with, and what's going on. I will get them and I will be like, okay, that's weird. That's random. And I just accept it now. Like, okay, eventually the rest of it will come. We're not meant to get the full download all at once. And the same for the 64. You might get downloads about, with the 64 being here on the left side, you might get downloads about the past. Like, oh, this happened. This is going to, you're more of the don't let history repeat itself kind of thing. Then the 63, since we're talking about it, all has to do with the future. This is the doubt, pretty much. Your focus is to go focus outward. Allow others to do the thinking for you and be of service of the community. So helping friends. Make sure when you are doing or being with people, they're doing the stuff for you. Not so much you being lazy. It's just they've already got the steps, the formula, all the things that you need just to do it. Like, it's all laid out. This allows you to relieve the doubt of, like, the future, the doubt of yourself. When you notice that you are in doubt mode, just go allow somebody to do the thinking for you, especially when it gets too much. Okay. So, and if you have a completely open, I forgot to add this slide in. If you have no active gates whatsoever within your head center, my advice to you when self-regulating of the mental pressure, a lot of the mental pressure that you have is due to everybody around you. So if you can put yourself in a space where you're by yourself and like do the things that you know you enjoy, watch the things that you know that you enjoy watching, like pleasure yourself in the activities that you enjoy doing without anybody else. That is the quickest way for you to self-regulate in the mental thing. If you have an open one, just know that you're allowed to be with yourself. You can probably practice the 664. Go create a distraction. Distract yourself from other people. And that's pretty much it. So if this helped you, if you resonated with any of it, please share in the comments of, hey, I have this channel. Maybe I haven't tried this. Let me try it. And heck, if maybe you have a question of, I have this channel, this activity was on there. Does it fit with this? Yeah, I can definitely answer it. Like I said, you can use this on your kids if you have kids, on your spouse if you have a spouse, or better half, whatever it may be. I shared with y'all earlier, here's my Voxer. You can voice, or not voice message, what is it? Soundboard me on the Voxer app. It's free. Just go to your app store. It's a walkie-talkie one. It'll be orange with a white V, I think. And then you can also email me. If you have any questions, email me. This is my website. If you are wanting to dive a little deeper into your human design, or maybe you want to touch on Gene Keys, whatever it may be, I have services that can definitely support you in ways that you probably were like, oh, I didn't know. Because trust me, when I discovered human design, or here's the thing, when I finally jumped into human design, because I discovered human design a long time ago, I was like, where was this my whole life? So, yes, thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of it. Let me know of any questions and all that. I will see you in the next video.